Alright, quick update on Strong. So it looks like we are coming down. About a week ago or so, we outlined this as a potential pattern, an inverse head and shoulders, and the reason we have it coming all the way down to here is because we have multiple price targets down here. To start with, if we zoom out, you can see the bottom of this target of this green box is these previous wicks that we've got down all the way here, so it would probably be the nicest place to have a bottom coming down to test this $70 region. If we look at the top of this green box as well, you can see this is the 2.618 fib retracement target of this micro move from low to high. So we do have a lot of confluence coming down here. Also, the price target, let me move this out of the way. The price target of this bear flag that we've got here also comes down right perfectly into this green zone. And if we do zoom out one more time as well, you can see we have a, if I can get the pole, you can see we have a massive bear flag also here with the price target, you know, also down here. So I'm seeing a lot of confluence down this region between $77 and $70. So I do personally think the bottom would be somewhere around about this region for Strong. Now, we haven't obviously followed this inverse head and shoulders to the teeth. We literally drew this as a possible scenario, you know, back here, and so far I'd imagine something like this could be playing out, where we do come down, we do fill that last target. This is obviously a hypothetical, and then this would really be the signal that I'd need to see for me to believe that Strong has bottomed in the short term. So if we do look at this in the very short term, come down to the 4 hour, it doesn't seem like too much is happening. We've obviously broken up, retested this breakdown region and started to come down. We also retested the 1.618 a few times on some of these smaller wicks, and similarly we got a rejection from that. So all in all, the market isn't showing too much strength for Strong, but like I said, this is the very short term. I am expecting in the mid to longer term that this region round here will be the bottom, whether that means that we're going to come down to somewhere like 122 and have a W pattern as our bottoming signal, or in my opinion the more likely scenario where we do have an inverse head and shoulders playing out, bringing us down to anywhere between 77 and 70. That in my opinion would be the bottom for Strong. I personally don't hold Strong, but I am looking for a situation like this to play out. I could potentially be entering along if we do react quite nicely with the 77 to $70 region, but haven't been touching this. I started making videos on this a couple of weeks ago, and we've been pretty cautious. We were all the way up here at 270, and I have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for a bottoming signal to come in. We haven't seen that yet. All I'm seeing in the short term is bearish signals. Like, we've got increasing volume stepping in, and the majority of the volume is red, so it does look bearish to me. This is one of the reasons I think we're coming down to the 70 to 77, along with all of these bear flags, along with these 2.618s and these previous bottoms that we've got down here. So there's a plethora of reasons why I do think this will be the bottom. I think the slightly more least likely scenario is that we could be getting ready to W out. You know, maybe this is the bottom, maybe we come down to 120 or something, but this is what I'm looking for. I'm waiting for the markets to tell me that we have a bottoming signal, and once we have a bottoming signal and we break out of the top of this neckline, which was the breakdown approximately between, you know, 182, but we can also drag this up. I'd probably say 189 to 190 is the conservative target to be longing on this. So I'll mark these both as regions that I would be looking for a breakout before I do personally accumulate Strong, and that is basically all I see. Another reason why this could potentially be, you know, Wing out, and, you know, either Wing out or doing this inverse head and shoulders and then breaking out, you know, potentially all the way back up to 270, is the fact that Bitcoin has broken out, and now it has backtested this previous resistance that we've been stuck under for absolutely ages. If I flatten this, you can see we've got two trend lines. This was the most euphoric trend line, and we kind of smashed our head against this a few times, but we never managed to have a daily close outside of this candle. So what we've done now is we've closed outside of this resistance. We've gone up a little bit and we've come down, and so far we've backtested it and started to head up a very tiny bit. So no major decision has been made in Bitcoin, but in my opinion Bitcoin looks pretty good. It does look like it's getting ready to start tearing up and reaching new price targets if we do hold this 41,000. If we lose 41,000, I imagine I would be very, very certain that Strong will be coming down to 70 and 77. But if Bitcoin keeps on rolling off the table, which by the way I'm not saying is a likely scenario, I think it is my least likely scenario, that Bitcoin starts breaking down to these lower targets that we've got, you know, in the region of 28 to 31,000. That is my least likely scenario, but it is still a possibility nonetheless. If we do something like that, I imagine that Strong would be absolutely decimated in the short term. I don't even think we have any price targets. There's no micro fibs that we can draw after this, because the next target is literally -7, so obviously that's not going to happen. We could potentially be talking about a bottom down here at 46, but like I said, these are my least likely scenarios. What I have in mind is I have this W pattern, which I'd probably say has a 30% chance of playing out, something like this. And then my most likely scenario is what I've already been through, of this inverse head and shoulders. So until we do see a bottoming signal, I will not be entering Strong. Either one of these will be fine. If we W out, so be it. If we do this nice inverse head and shoulders, I think we would have both a nice long once we came down to 77 to 70 and then had a strong push up. And I also think we would have another nice long if we came down, confirm this shoulder, and then we would have another nice long once we broke out the neckline. So there's a range of possibilities, there's a range of trades that we could be taking in the short term for Strong. But like I said, for me to enter any of them, a bottoming signal needs to be made. I won't just be buying for no reason on the dip. I will be waiting for a bottoming signal. If we never see it and we do something like this, and we start breaking down below the 70 and 77, then so be it. I will just be waiting for lower price targets until we do eventually put in a bottoming signal like this. So that is all I see for Strong. If you are in Strong, best of luck. And once again, none of this is financial advice. This is just my own opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. So in the short term, I think we'd be coming down potentially another 40% or so. So that is all I see. Once again, best of luck. Cowboy out. Peace.